Hi, everybody. For those of you who don't remember, don't know me, my name is Danny Morris. I live up in Overland Park, and I am a kindergarten teacher. This is a assignment that I struggled with a little bit at first when we did this earlier on in the semester, but I wanted to create an end-of-the-year book report for my students. Now, the reason I wanted to create a report like this is because in kindergarten, you are really focusing on those early reading concepts. And with technology, I have incorporated really early technology use, and you would be surprised how much kindergartners can use and the technology that they're able to put forth and learn and do independently. It does take a little bit longer, I can admit, but I do think that this is something that would be a really good project for them. They can put it all together. We've been really focusing on PBL, a project-based learning in my school, and so I'd love to show you what I did this year. One of the questions was, how did I meet the objectives? Now, I thought really hard about this because I know that I wasn't able to create as complex of a project as others might be. So I went ahead and I added in this rubric that we were shown. I felt like it was really clear to my students. The idea is clear to the students, and the way that I presented it, and I will show you that in a minute, my students are able to see that I can read and commentate at the exact same time, and they're able to see pictures. My objectives were clearly posted on the group, on the community. Vocabulary and writing styles are used consistently. I made sure that everything made sense. I made sure that my students were able to do or are able to read, and if not, something that I can annotate. And my overall objectives are clearly met. So I'm going to go ahead and show you those objectives. On here on our Google community, I typed out two main objectives. Students will be able to reflect on a story, explaining in detail the plot, problem, solution, characters, and setting using technology and a presentation, integrating multimedia. And students will be able to be independent in their learning by combining 3 to 5 learning tools and using a presentation feature that ties in their converging digital resources. So I'm going to go ahead and show you next how I created this project. The link to that project is listed here. I'll go ahead and click on it and get it open for you. My project was used, I used many different types of resources for this. As you can see, it's just a simple video player. When I start to play it, my first on here is Vyond. Vyond is a program that you can make animations, and I wanted that to be one of the first ones I incorporated. I did this all through iMovie to combine all the different types of multimedia together. So as you can see up here at the top, I'm giving those instructions for my students. I'm incorporating this as a Google drawing, more instructions for them. The main idea for this is the different parts of the book. Can they retell a story? Were they comprehending what they know? Can they be reflective? And can they really show me that they know how a story in a book works? So, as I mentioned, here is actually a Chatterpix. This is an app that I use in my classroom a lot. And then when you watch the video, it's actually just me talking on it. And I am encouraging here to integrate technology. On this, I'm going to stop it real quick. It says, what apps can you use? These and so many more. I created this in Google Drawings again. These were the apps that I used. I included Sock Puppets in there because I know that is my students' favorite app to use. They can actually create a puppet show using their technology. They get to pick a character and they get to explain different things. I included iMovie in here. I included Chatterpix, which is the one I just discussed. Google Slides if they want to create a slideshow. Vyond is what I showed you at the beginning. That's the animation. Google Drawings and Animoto. Animoto is actually, as you can see here, the trial that I used for the video with the music behind it. So, as I finish up, this was just a way that my students could watch the video and they are able to look at the instructions. I can show them. They would have access to this video and hopefully be able to meet their objectives by that. The next part of this is whether or not I am meeting the ISTE standards. We talked about pedagogy a lot. We talked about making sure that you are setting clear goals this semester, and I know that using these ISTE standards isn't required for us, But we've been doing so much of it throughout this program, and I love how I can do that. So I wanted to choose two different standards. One is student-centered and one is teacher-centered. ISTE.S.1c says students use technology to seek feedback that informs and improves their practice and to demonstrate their learning in a variety of ways. So this obviously is a project where they can demonstrate their learning in so many different ways, using multimedia, using audio, using video, using drawings, and all different types of things. And I can give them feedback by, creating a rubric or sitting them down and using this as an assessment. So that's how I would incorporate with students. The second ISTE standard is ISTE.T.2c. This is teacher-centered, like I said. It says, customize and personalize learning activities to address students' diverse learning styles, working strategies, and abilities using digital tools and resources. So I'm able to personalize this. Students are going to be creating their own story. I know I use Beagle in the examples, but they get to do their different learning styles. If they like video better, they can do that. If they like audio better, they can do that. If they would like to write, and their different working strategies. They're going to be working in pairs or small groups. They can work on parts of it on their own, and they're using many different digital tools and resources. So finally, my big idea and takeaway from this, I learned so much through this project, and I know that I had to kind of stretch my mind because, like I said earlier in the presentation, that with kindergartners, it's a little bit more, it's challenging. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get my degree, is finding ways for primary students to use technology because it's so prominent in our world, and how they can take that with them in their own learning and really set up that base for the rest of their educational career. So for me, the big idea was that there isn't one big good way to incorporate technology. Technology is everywhere. I mean, whether it was creating something like a drawing, an image, a video, your voice, making sure that you can use, I did a bunch of different extensions on Google Chrome, different ways to write, different ways to search. There are so many things that you can use, and you don't have to use them separately. Multimedia, the big idea of multimedia is that you can incorporate all of that together, and you can use it. And it's kind of just like how education is. Education is a mixing pot of a bunch of different types of learning styles, different types of students, different teaching styles, and that's kind of what multimedia is. You can use all those different programs and really get to the outcome that you want, which means that you can incorporate so many different types of standards, not only the ISTE standards, but Common Core standards as far as reading, math, science, social studies. And you can teach your students so many good social skills, communicative skills, and using multimedia is a great thing. And I'm so excited. This is a project that I've actually shared with my colleagues, my other kindergarten teachers, and might be something that I'm going to use this year. I may tweak it and make it a little bit more user-friendly with the apps that we have at school, and making sure that we're not using a bunch of free trials. But I am so excited the way that this turned out. I hope you all had a great semester. I had a great semester. This is stuff that I love to do. And I hope to see you guys in other courses. Thank you. Bye.